Hello viewers, you need to know more about MS Excel, Microsoft Excel 2016, how it works, calculations, formulas, all those different formulas we work on, and how you can do some of those calculations without no problem. It is very simple to how to work on that one. What you need to do is just to start, you type the record there after opening the program, then you can come here. In case you want to see some information are hidden, you can just click that one and some information will be able to be displayed without no problem, to avoid some information which seems to be hidden. You can highlight the title, then after highlighting the title you can come to format, click format cells, and now from there you can work on something called wrap text, and you choose center and you choose center. Once you work with those two center, just click OK, and automatically you will see now the information which was hidden can be visible without no problem. Let me calculate about these calculations. For example, we have the tax, whereby in this case my tax will be determined by your salary. It means if maybe your salary is higher, you'll be taxed with different tax, and if your salary is lower, it will be taxed at different, at least a bit lower taxation. Let's see work on this one. If that means if the basic pay, if your basic pay, it means where you have two more argument, you have to use is equal sign. Is equal sign will work only where you have more than one argument. For example, if your basic pay is above or equal to 45,000, comma, it means your taxation, it is 12%. It is 12%. Off means you multiply board mass. It means bracket of division, multiplication, addition, and subtraction. It means when you hear about off, it means you multiply. It means 12% multiplied by basic pay. Put a comma. If open bracket, if the same average is now is the same basic pay is below 45,000, comma, it will be 8% of your basic pay. Now you can see the formula here. It is equals if basic pay is above or equal to 45,000, 12% of basic pay. If your basic pay is below 45,000, be taxed with 8% of your basic pay. It means you have opened how many brackets? We have one, we have two opening brackets. Just come here, there, close 1, 2. Close 2 brackets, and now you can press enter to see the answer. Once you get the answer, you can just click there and you autofill to get the rest of the formulas there. Click is equals. Now you need to calculate NHIF, whereby in this case our NHIF will still determined by your marital status. It means and you have been told to use absolute cell reference to define the cell name, whereby in this absolute cell reference you need to use to come and locate those two different figures at the cell name D5, D15 and cell name E14. We have the cell name D, we have E14 here. We put at the E14, you are told to put 650, and you have D15 whereby you need to put 300. Now you can come here after putting those two figures, the one in E14, as you can see here it is E14, and you have this one which is now D15. You can come and put is equals if open bracket, because still you have two arguments. It means you have to use if function. If you are married, is equals in quotes married if you are in quotes you are married, close the bracket, you put comma, and now this definition of this formula you have to put $E, and you have $14. Automatically you see it will highlight 650 without clicking. Just come, you put comma, then you have the second alternative, which is D 15. You have to highlight 300, and just close one bracket and you press enter. As you can see, you have this argument here is equals if C2 represent married, is equals married, comma, we have the $E, $14 for 650, and you have $D 15 for 300. Then press enter, and you see the first answer is 650 because this marital status is married. You can see the others, for example 300 because they are single. You can calculate now the NSSF, whereby my NSSF will be taxed with 2.3% of your basic pay or basic salary. So it means just it's equal to 2.3% of the basic pay, and just press enter. Just come here and you have to fill the rest to get the other answers. Click gross. To calculate the gross, it means it's allowance plus basic pay, but bear in mind you don't have a field or a column for allowance. It means to insert a column for allowance between tax and basic pay. Between tax and basic pay. So insert a column between here. You need to click at the tax, right click on the tax, click insert, and automatically become between these two, and now you put allowance. Once you put allowance, you put allowance like that, now you can come here, you can create allowance before you calculate now for the gross. It means it is 20%. We have the 20% of basic pay, and you press enter to get 3,000, and just want to fill up to the head there. Also to fill up to the head, you can just come, you put is equals, and now you put sum of, you highlight sum of basic pay plus allowance. You highlight all of them like that one, and now you can close the bracket and you press enter. And once you close the bracket, then you can come here and you click up to there. You can get the gross pay, and now you can put is equals to calculate the net pay, which is now is equals gross pay minus sum of all deductions. So it means your deduction are tax, NSSF, NHF, and SSF, 3 of them. As I write 3 of them like that one, and now close the bracket. That means J2 represent gross pay minus sum of G2, which is now the tax, up to I2. This is I2, not 12. It is I2 for this, and just press enter to get the right answer for that gross pay and that net pay. And that is how you can have a payslip calculations for all employees in a certain company without any problem for that. The other things you can work on is that means you can have something called you highlight all this until there, all up to there, and now you can put, you can if I need, for example, I need to come here, highlight entire worksheet, I need to click copy, I add new worksheet, and I click paste. That's how you do deprecating entire worksheet. With this one now, I can come, for example, I need to come here, I write all this up to there, Then I can come here, I put format table, and I format how I want. For example, I need to format like this. Click OK. Now you can see how my table has been formatted. Can I write again, and I choose a different style of formatting. For example, that one, you can see we have that one, we have that one, and among others. You can just have as many as possible. That is how you can format your table. Then I can have another one here, and maybe for example I just come here with this one. Now I come, I copy, click worksheet there, then I paste. Once I paste there, I can come here. For example, I need to do something called orientation. Just highlight all the column heading, format, click format cells, and now we have orientation here. Just adjust the degrees you want up to, for example, if I need, for example, I need 35 degrees, just adjust up to there. And once I write up to there, you can just come, you click OK. That is how you can work on that one. You can just click there and drag a little bit so that the information can be well visible. I need to put borders and shadings. I can just highlight my information there. I go to format, I click format cells. We have the border, we have the fill. Let's start with the border. I put the double border. I put, for example, the color I want, for example, light blue or sky blue. Then I click dotted line. I choose more colors here. For example, I need green. Click OK, and I click inside there, and you have this one here, which is now the outline. But for this one, I need to change the color. For example, and then you can come and put that one, and I put like that. That's how I just edit the colors for borders inside and outside. Let me go to fill. Can put, for example, fill effect. Now you can come and put the color there, and you come here, choose a different color. For example, now we have that one, and you click OK. We have those colors. Now you can click OK. When you click OK, you can just come here, you click OK again. And that is how you format your table in Microsoft Excel, borders and shadings, in a very easier way. As I still work on this, I need to work something else about this. For example, I can copy this entire worksheet, and now I come, I add another worksheet, and I paste. With this one, I can just come here, I rename this worksheet as payroll info, and now we have this one. I can come here, I put, for example, I highlight all the figures. For example, those figures there, those are the most crucial figures I want. Then I come, I deal with the conditional formatting, whereby I can just come to conditional formatting, highlight cells rules, and you have the greater one. For example, I need all the figures above 50,000. For example, 50,000. Once you can see the figures which are 50,000, you can come, you click custom format, and now once you click custom format, you can come here. For example, I need bold. I need to put, for example, the color. For example, I need green, and I click OK. OK again. I can go to conditional formatting. You can see now the figures which are already created with green, less than, and I come here, I put less than 1,000, for example. and then I can come here, I format, custom format, I put bold italic, I put red, I click OK, and then I can go to conditional formatting. We have between, and now I can come, I put between 1,000 and between 1,000 and 40,000. And now I can come, I click custom format, I come, I put double underline. We have, I can put, for example, I need to put a different color. I can come to more colors, I click blue, I click OK, and I click, I need italic, and I need to click OK. OK again. You can see how it's been formatted. In this one, it is one which is called conditional formatting in this way, simpler and clear. The other is about calculation. For example, I need to turn this one into currency. I can just come here. We have current currency, for example, that is those currency. I can come here, you change Chinese. We have another currency here. For example, that one. We have another currency. I can put in dollars. But whatever I need a Kenya currency, and I don't have that Kenya currency, or maybe belong to a different currency, for example, Tanzania shillings or Uganda shillings or any currency which are different, it means I have to highlight. I go to format cells, I come to alignment, I come to number, then I click custom. At the general here, I come, I put is equal sign, I put in quotes, sorry, beg your pardon, quotes, then I put Kenya shillings, space, then I put hash. As I put like that one, automatically you can see sample Kenya shilling 345. You can click OK. As I will put Kenya currency, let me put Tanzania shillings here. I just come to format cells, you come to custom, and here you can come here, you put TZS space. Now you can put hash, and now you can put OK. As I add different currency using Microsoft Excel in that simpler and clear way for that without no problem. Now you can work to something else, like for example, I need to do with sorting and filtering in Microsoft Excel. It means, for example, I need to arrange all these names in, I can highlight the entire one, and I need now to sort and filter. So I can come here, if I choose A to Z, automatically we arrange my names in ascending order. Now you can see Clear is the first one, Clara, Ephraim among others. Let me just undo. You can see the Ephraim was the first one, but once I put it, now become Clear, Clara, Clear is the first person. In case you want to deal with, to interfere with, for example, the basic pay, it means you have to come here and you click custom sort, and now you can come here, choose, for example, basic pay, and I put from smallest to the largest, or from largest to the smallest. I click OK. Now you can see the basic pay, they are arranged in a basic pay whereby first person, which is 90,000, we have 8,800, and the least, which is 15,000. That is being sorted in descending order. Let me go to something else called filtering, whereby I need to interfere with this field only, or else I need to interfere with many of them. Just come to this one, click filter. For this one, you can highlight this one, and now you come to this one and you click filter. Once you click here, click this one and choose, for example, number of filter. I need greater than or equal to, then I can come, I put 45,000, and I click OK. Those are the people who have qualified to have a net pay of above 45,000. That is how you work on that simpler and clear way for that, without no problem for that. That is how you get some of those basics calculations in Excel in a very simpler way. There are many among them. Those are just, I've tried to tackle just few of them, whereby for this one, with this table here, I need to show you how to merge cells. For example, I can highlight the entire one, I click merge cells, I can come and increase the size a little bit, and I put bold and underline. With this font, I can still come here, I change to a different font, for example, like that. Then I can highlight this one, I need to put up to there, and I come here, I click merge cells and centered. We have this field here, and come now I calculate. For example, we have some payments for the students whereby they are being allowed to pay with a maximum of 4 installments. You need to get now their full payment, so that each and every person, once he pay, can be get an instant balance. Let me work on that one and see how simple can work. For example, in this case, we put now is equals if, open bracket, if your courses is equals SAT, close the bracket, comma, you should be taxed, you will be charged 4,000 plus registration. I put comma, then you ask yourself the same question. If your course is diploma, if your course will be diploma, comma, your charges will be 5,200 plus your registration. You can close the bracket, 1, 2, and press enter. That means if your course is equal SAT, you'll be charged 4,000 plus registration. If your course is diploma, you'll be charged 5,200 plus your registration. Close the press enter, and you click OK. In this case, you can try to look maybe where could be having some problem with your formula, and you can press enter for this. You know that you can look some of those errors, maybe they can appear in some way. For example, I can remove that one. I put comma, and I put if, open bracket, I press enter. You can see automatically now there is the formula for those. Be very keen on something called commas. Now you can see the formula. Autofill to get the rest, and now you can see the charges for every and any other person. You can see you have 54 because it's a diploma course with a registration of 200. We have 52, it's a diploma course but no registration fee. We have 4,200 certificate, and because registration is 200, and you have 4,000 certificate with no registration. Let me calculate now the balance. I need to put is equals full payment minus sum of all installments you are supposed to pay with. So I need to highlight all the entire installment, then minus registration. That is now the balance, minus registration, and now you can see it is full payment minus sum of all installment minus registration fee. Enter, and you get 2600 as the answer for the first one. You can just autofill and you see this person why is 0, balance 0 because he paid the first installment. He paid the entire amount 5200 and there was no registration fee for that. It means that is how you calculate for that one. And in case this one automatically you come here, he or she pay the second installment. For example, he have given you 1800. Automatically you see once you press enter, you give you the balance is now 800. And once now you come, you pay, for example, you give you 1000 shillings. You see it become negative 200. It means you have to refund 200 shillings. It means unless you write 800, that the balance can be 0. That's how you work simply on that one without no issue of that, of contradiction. The other thing is how I can now put the password and I can put a password in this document of mine. I can choose to do something else about which I have not tackled there. It's about the password and how I can save in a certain folder. It means I go to file, I can click save as, I can come documents, and I create a new folder here. I call it come baby come, and I can double click my folder and I save with this name Sachem Computer College right there. That's how you save in a folder. I can choose now to put a password. I go to save as, and we have this folder here, and I come and put tools, general options. I put a password as Sachem. I can put and again Sachem. Okay, and put Sachem. Okay, I put Sachem again. Okay, and I click save. You tell me to replace, just click automatically. For example, I close this one now. I come here, for example, I open Excel. We have now Excel. Once I open Excel, and now I come, I open this document. You see to ask me about the password. If I don't know the password, I can't open. But if I put now the right password, I can open without no problem. Just require to put now the password. I click OK. Now you can see that is how you put a password, and you can choose to convert the document, and this document can save maybe into different versions. For example, I need to save in different, we have all these are some other versions, and in case I need to save this one in PDF, I just click PDF and I click save. That is how you convert that one into a PDF document, and now you can see how soon it will appear in this without no problem. To be saved very clearly, and now you can see we have some of the information there which is now being saved in PDF, and you could convert them either portrait or landscape like that. That's about Excel, some of the basics, and you can learn more about Excel without no hesitation or no problem. You can, for example, come here. I need to look the total balance, to get the total balance. I need to come here. I click auto sum here, and I press enter. I click there, I click auto sum, and I press enter. That's how you use the sum for that one, and you get without no problem how you calculate without any problem on that. Thank you for watching this tutorial. We are Sachem Kenya. Learn more about tutorial downloads and download for more for free. Subscribe and subscribe and subscribe and share more.